Going live. I think we're live.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
What have we got here? Oh, we've got 2 likes. Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian. Oh, it says no one's here at the moment.
Oh, right.
And maybe he'll come back.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, there's 2 people.
Is there? Hi, everyone.
Is that me? Let me check if it's me. Okay,
Oh, it might be you.
Oh, no, there's 2 people.
Oh, right.
Okay, it's fine.
Is that too bright? Should I turn that round a bit?
I think it's fine.
You reckon? I don't know. I can't see
Should
with
I,
my eyes. Just twist it round slightly.
Like that?
Go round towards the window.
Okay.
A little bit more? Yeah, I think that's better. Have a look. See what you think. Yeah? Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's been a little while.
Hi. I haven't actually been here in ages.
Yeah, I know. It seems ages. So tonight's really sort of just chill out. I want to catch up with people. I just wanted to show you all I am still here.
Yeah, she's alive still.
I'm still alive and kicking, but things are still very unsettled at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got tests I'm waiting for results for, and depending on those results is what's going to be the next few months.
Yeah.
If they come back how I want them to, then everything will be normal again. Yeah. So yeah.
Thanks for no, not thanks.
Thanks for what? But I'm going to get my tea. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to have my cup of tea.
I drank mine.
Yeah, I just fancied a cup of tea.
Oh wait, we're twins for once.
Yeah.
Coffee.
So.
Hi guys.
What was you saying? You were saying
I actually
something.
Can't remember.
You were saying something. Thanks for something. Thanks for something.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, thanks. I do want to thank everybody, and I know I probably have put it down somewhere. I really don't remember, but I do want to thank everyone that has been sending well wishes and giving me strength, because believe it or not, you guys, by doing that, has helped me a lot. It's quite frightening when you go through these sort of things, and I've got my faith and I've got my spirit guides and everything, and I'm fortunate to have that. But even so, I'm human and I do get scared. So having those sort of things, like people well wishing me and sort of supporting me, has been very, very helpful. And I don't really know, obviously, what the future's going to hold, but I'm not scared now, which is good. Yeah. I'm just going to face whatever it is and get on with it. But my faith is a big deal, and my practice is something that will help me get through. And that's what I want to talk about tonight, really. One of the things, I mean, obviously, when people, are you reading the comments if there's any?
Yep. Message retracted. Let's hope things get better.
Yeah, thank you. As I say, I want to talk about grounding, because protecting and grounding is one of the main things that will help in any situation you're going through.
Hope Freya is helping you too.
Freya is brilliant. I mean, obviously she's not holding my hand. And she will give you a stiff kick up the backside if she thinks you're being like too sensitive or too thinking about things that you shouldn't be. So I do get a kick up the bum sometimes. But she means well, and I know she is really there for me if I need her. But she will not tell me the outcome on anything, even though she probably knows. And so it's my path, and it's for me to learn. And so I will use everything I've learned to aid me in it. And that's what I would hope for anybody going through a similar thing. You know, disabilities and things like that are given a lot more help in the craft, in whatever you practice of any kind. Any type of faith will help you if you are disabled or you have problems. your faith is something that they say if you have the faith of a mustard seed, it's ginormous. Just having that little bit of faith, and it will help you through. And I really truly believe that. So I wanted to know if any of you guys how do you do your grounding, if you do grounding, how you do your protection, how you keep yourself with your faith when you're going through something tough, because it might be something I can use. You never know.
Yeah.
Can you have a sip of tea? You chat.
Hello, guys. I don't know what to say. It's been a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, I'm back at school now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Has it been tough at your school?
Yeah, don't like it.
Oh dear.
Oh well.
So you could do with a little bit of grounding and protecting.
I mean, I don't ground enough, to be honest, Ian says.
Oh, right. It's difficult, but then you're in nature a lot of the time, aren't you? And I do think that is the best way of grounding. So if you're in nature, you've only got to look at a tree and it psychologically grounds you. So I think you really have a great thing there. I mean, I'd love that.
Yeah.
But I've got plants that I've been working with so much lately, and they're growing so much. It's brilliant. I was always known as the queen of death when it comes to plants. Didn't matter what I did, they just die on me. But now it's different. It's almost like they are doing things to encourage me. And my dragon plant, it's beautiful. Have you seen it on the window ledge?
I think I have.
It is huge and it's growing abundantly.
I remember like the
dragon blood plant that I got from Lisa.
I don't know if I've seen it.
On the window ledge, it's the one that's got all the bits that come out like that.
I'll check it downstairs.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And I sing to them.
Oh, nice.
And I think, poor things, first thing in the morning when I pull the curtains back, I get some water and I obviously feed them.
Yeah.
And because the dragon's blood plant seems to absorb so much water. So every morning I do give him a little drop. And then I sing to them. And they seem to have grown since I've been doing that.
Aww.
So first thing in the morning.
They must like it.
They must like it.
Yeah.
Well, they can't run away, can they? Bless them.
You're not that bad at singing.
So have you all been getting on?
Plants can be fickle. I have a dragon plant as well, but I don't sing to them. Let me look up what they look like, because I'm actually
I love dragon blood plants. They're lovely.
What's it called again? Dragon plant?
Dragon blood tree, I think it is. It's a tree, isn't it, Ian? It's not
tree.
Yeah.
There's a location. I don't want
no, you don't want that. Yeah, so and the other plants, I mean, I've got some ivy and that does grow.
Is that it? That's your plant?
No, darling, that's nothing like that.
Oh.
No, it's got like it's come out like a palm tree type thing. But apparently,
I love them ones.
That's it. Yeah,
I love them plants.
Yeah, they're lovely, and it turns red in places as well, which is nice.
Oh,
so yeah, I love that.
Nice.
But yeah, what's that?
It gives the dragons resin. Yeah,
I'd love to be able to get the resin off of it, but I don't want to do it until it gets a bit bigger. But yeah, that'd be great because I use a lot of dragon's blood. And I don't know why, but I just really resonate with it. I love it, don't I?
Yeah.
Burn it all the time.
Mary's World. Hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Hi.
Oh, I'm glad you came this week. Brilliant to see you. How's things with you?
Hi.
How's things with Mary this week? Hope all's well with you. And yeah, I've been doing quite a bit lately, even though not on so much. I did the what's it called?
Basically,
Oh, when you get together with someone.
ritual.
No, when you do a collab. I did the
Oh,
collaboration with Cara off of Pagan Crafting. That was really nice. And at some point, she's going to be, what's the word? She's going to get me on her channel, and we're going to chat about things, and it's going to be really good, I hope. But obviously, as you all know, guys, I couldn't do 1 or 2 videos because of my eyes. I suffer with bleeding in the back of the retina, and when I get a bleed, it stops me from seeing, and I
yeah,
have to wait for it to clear, and
yeah.
it is difficult, but
It's
it
clear
does clear, but it takes a while, and
yeah.
I am going to be having some laser treatment, and also they want to do a cataract op on it, so got all that to look forward to. Woohoo!
Yeah.
My life is just hospitals.
Oh, that's okay.
But we all have things in our lives.
Yeah.
So,
Hospital is like a second home.
well, it's for you as well, isn't it, darling?
Yeah.
This one really goes through it.
Mary's well better this week, thanks.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tuva. Tuva, a lot of people say the Norse gods are really harsh. What is your take on this?
Who's that?
Ian?
They come across in a different way, Ian. I wouldn't say they're harsh. I think they don't put up, or they don't suffer fools gladly. Some people, when they get involved in the craft or whatever it is that they're doing, expect the gods or the goddesses to hold their hands. And with some of them, some of the Wiccan circles and things, they tend to use them more like how Christians would use Jesus and God. And it's not really about that. When you're working with gods and goddesses, they're a bit like us. They have their moods, they have their way of thinking, and if it doesn't meet with you that day, then they will come across as seeming a little bit harsh. But sometimes, as humans, we need that, because sometimes we revel in things that maybe if we didn't, we could get on with it. And I don't think they are. I mean, I know Odin can be a bit harsh, depending on what it is you're doing and what you want him to be there for. He was renownedly known, obviously, as being very harsh and quite naughty at times. But I think if you get him in a good way, he doesn't come across that way. Well, it doesn't for me. And I've had him appear a few times. And if he wants you to do something, he will let you know. And there's no, like, there's no comfort with them as such. They're like us. You know, they can be understanding, but not being like, what are you doing? What is she like?
Mary said I had my cataracts removed 3 years ago.
She had a car accident.
No.
Cataract, sorry.
Shall I go?
Oh,
Cataracts
has it
removed.
helped? I hope it helped you, Mary. I'm dreading it, to be honest, because
You
of
had
being
one
awake.
before, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was asleep for it because they were doing other surgery on that eye as well.
Why didn't they
So
put you sick?
no, they don't put you to sleep for it.
My friend's having her tooth pulled out soon, but she's not going to be asleep. But I thought she'd go hospital for it. She's young.
They can give you numbing stuff, and that's what they do with cataracts. They numb your eye and keep it open and just do it. But I don't like the idea of it, to be honest.
I thought they just put you to sleep for if you're young.
The colours are much brighter. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really great. I'm just a bit frightened about being awake for it. I know I'm a bit of a coward when it comes to surgery.
I don't like cannulas.
No, but it's got to be done, so I've got to go for it, really.
Yeah.
I keep putting it off, though.
Yeah.
Have you found the gods and goddesses harsh when we've been doing stuff?
No. Not really.
No.
No, they're nice.
I know a lot of people say they are. I think it's the way they're portrayed.
Mary said it wasn't painful.
Oh, good.
Ian says, do you have any experience with the Greek gods?
Yeah, I mean, we did have a lot of experience with them when I was in the coven, Ian. Their energies were very strong. And I always remember we used to do a thing at Samhain. We used to do incense breathing, and it would be where we would have a cauldron, and we used to have the huge cauldrons, and we would burn sacred wood, and we would have incense. And I'm not talking about sticks, but we would have, what's it called? The actual
Actual stuff?
what's it called? Charcoal, and the incense, and we would burn it till the whole room was filled with the incense, and we would sit by the cauldron where it was burning and breathe it in, and each one would go down and breathe, and then the next one would then down and breathe, and you do it in fours. And when we did that, it brought through the gods really strongly.
Lavender Hazelwood Witches said,
Hi.
Sorry, just coming in. Are you having laser surgery? My dad had his cataracts removed. Everyone who I know who has had laser surgery has good things to say about it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, thanks, Aurora. I just don't like my eyes being touched, to be honest. I've had so much over it, but they've always put me out before, and it's just the thought of being awake. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, they're putting me on a new medication.
But getting back to the Greek gods, we've had Pan very strongly, and he literally took over some of the priests in the circle, and that was really strong. We've had Hel. Oh no, not Hel. Oh, what's her name? Oh gosh, the Morrigan. We had
Hail.
No, oh gosh, Hecate. Yes, Hecate. We had. She made her presence really known. We heard dogs barking when she came into the circle, and the energy went ice cold when she arrived, and you could just feel it. It was in the air. It was very, very strong. We also had some Egyptian ones come through as well, it was really every week when we called upon them, they would come, and the circle was very strong though. We had many members there that were really, really into a cult.
She's very interesting.
When I look back at what I did in the coven, it was an experience, and it was really interesting. I look back and I think I'm so glad I did it, because it's shown me the difference in occult work and what's coming from the heart. And in my practice now, it's about the heart, it's about the soul, it's about the earth, it's about how we do things in such a different way. It's great, but I'm glad I did the other as well, because I learned so much. And I did have experiences with those gods and goddesses that, nobody can take those things away from you when you experience these things. And you will doubt yourself, guys, if you see something or hear something. The first thing we do as humans is to doubt what we are seeing and hearing. But if we can be ourselves and just say, yes, I know that happened, it will grow and you will get more experiences. So yeah, some of those Greek gods and goddesses are very fleeting when they come, but they're very strong.
Ooh, she said, Lavender Hazelwood Witches said, I would have loved to experience what you're describing.
Yeah, I mean, when I first joined, it was amazing. I mean, I always wanted to join a coven, so I was looking into it, and I found that they were taking somebody or new people on, but I didn't know what I was getting myself into at the time. And there was protocol in how you did it. And one of the first things you do is that you email the coven, and then the leader or the high priest or high priestess will get back to you with an email, and they will ask you questions about yourself. And then if they think that you might be a good candidate for their group, they will tell you a time when they will ring you and that you must be there. They will only do it once. If you don't pick up, that's it. And it can be at any moment. It could be 3 months from when you first email them. I got that phone call and was told what I had to do. And there were things that obviously I can't tell you guys everything because I took oaths, but there are things that you're told you have to do. And then you meet and you get given 3 sessions with them. And I think it's basically to suss you out to see if you're going to be okay with it. There's a lot of learning. And then if you are, it goes to the vote and they put it to the gods. They put it to the what they call the assessors. And they then get the message to say yes or no. And they will ring you and say whether you've got in or not.
Yeah.
And then it all starts. You go,
Yeah.
and then you get initiated as a first degree.
Ian said, how long was you in the cover? No, not cover, coven tuva.
I joined in 2009 and I left it. Well, it closed down. I didn't
I was
actually
0
leave.
years old then.
Closed down due to people leaving back in 2016, I think it was.
I think I remember you saying.
You know, but I'd been in other covens before that, but they were totally different. They were more like people helping each other, those sort of groups. It wasn't like, you know, the thing. I mean, it was the thing. And the learning was second to none. So I did an awful lot of study and training. And it was hard. And there were times when I thought, I don't want to be here. But I'm glad I did it. And then obviously I attained 3rd degree. There are degrees in Alexandrian tradition. And that is the 1st degree, 2nd and 3rd degree. When you get to that stage, you become a high priestess or a high priest, and you are then entitled to run your own covens. But then you have to leave and go elsewhere, and you have to set your own groups up. Each coven is its own coven.
You guys are kind of like her online coven.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I took my vocation very seriously, and once I became high priestess, I really wanted to be able to teach people, to give the knowledge that I had. But I would have loved to have had, if I'd had a bigger place to, you know, just not got the room here. My idea at one stage was to actually go into woods and do it there. But we have such diabolical, horrible weather, wet and nasty, that the thought of being out in the woods constantly would not have suited some people. So I didn't honestly think that we would get many that would want to do it. Might be wrong. There might have been people that would have liked to have done it.
Ian says, I'm also interested in Hecate.
Hecate, yes. She is a lovely goddess to work with, but she can turn rather dark. You know, but if you want something done, she will aid you. She can also cause you to go down a different avenue, so you have to be careful. You have to be grounded with her. It's a little bit like if I kept working with hell, I would probably be led more down that way all the time, and you have to keep a balance. But her dogs, if you do meditations to Hecate, you will get all sorts of stuff, and normally you will get the tree with her at the crossroads. It's always a crossroads with her. She has the 2-headed dog that will guard that entrance. It's like a portal, and she will stand there and she will be there holding a staff. She will always be wearing black. She will come across as like normally with a veil. Now I know a lot of people get her that way, but they also see her in different modes as well. I always got her with the veil in the dark clothes, so I can't really say that you would. You might get her in a different way. She might appear to you in a different way. But the best way to work with her is to go to a crossroads and give an offering of some sort. I mean, when I gave offerings to her, it was meat, raw meat for her dog or her dogs. And she appreciated that because people used to forget about other animals. And they, they're not friendly dogs. But
Did you hear about Dumbledore? He died.
I know you did. You're going on about Harry Potter now, aren't you?
Yeah, living with a three-headed dog. Fluffy. That was very.
So, Ian, you more drawn now to the Greek, do you think? Or, that sort of craft? Because, it is well worth looking into if you are. They're very powerful, the gods and goddesses. I'm trying to think of one that, when I first, obviously we used to use Aradia, but we used to call her, the Gardnerians would call her Aradia, but the Alexandrians would call her Arida. And we used to have a laugh about that, saying that that was the true way to pronounce her name. But we used to say Aradia or Arada and Hern. And we used to use those two gods and goddesses. And we would call them into the circle when we did circle. And of course, we did circle every week. But we did celebrate the full moons. We did everything, really.
Yeah.
But we also had lessons in other things as well during the week.
Ian says, I have been a long time not. Oh, there's a heart in the way. Let me go on my thing. There's a heart in the way.
A long time. I'm not so.
Yeah, I can't make out what that word says because
such the Norse gods would like me. Oh, sure. I'm not sure. The Norse gods neither like nor enjoy people. I've got to tell you this. They will, if they think your energy is what they're looking for, will work with you. When I talk about Freya like a friend, it's taken a long time to build that up with her. And she can be very indecisive sometimes. She'll pop in or she'll just not come at all. And when she comes, she'll be quite friendly. Other times she won't. And it depends on what she's wanting from the relationship or from what I'm doing. And so I think when you first start, it's nice to see how they feel. Now, they will give you signs if you call to them. And that could mean, just saying out loud, I would like to work with you. Say it's Freya. Freya, I would like to work with you. Can you give me a sign that you would like me to work with you?
Ian says, what about Hermes the Hunter?
Oh, Hern the Hunter.
Oh, I read that as Hermes.
That's Hern the Hunter. He is a typical god of this land. Hern is renownedly known for the woods and the wooded areas. He's the hunter and is a nice god to work with, actually. We used to use him a lot. And when you get like Wiccans, they use the Lord and the Lady. It's normally Hern the hunter and Aradia. So you can pick those. But I personally like more of a British. Right? I think this is what threw me. It was all about the Greek gods, and Hern wasn't. Hern was more Celtic. He was more of our land. And I was like trying to find a goddess that would be good to work with him. And I found Ellen of the Ways. And then she is also a wooded goddess and has the horns like Hern. And they are brilliant energies to work with, especially if you are into the woods and things like that. But they're very Celtic, very much so, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we are Celtic here as well as Anglo-Saxon. You know, we have so many gods and goddesses. Brigantia. There are so many of our lands that have been forgotten over time. And it would be great. I would love to grow a group for them to be able to bring those gods and goddesses back. I am so into the Nordic at the moment that I wouldn't be into that. But we have so much. We have wells where, you know, you can call on goddesses that live in those wells. The tour at Glastonbury, I mean, that is a fantastic place to go to, and the energies there are amazing. I'd love to take you there.
Yeah.
You know, and we used to climb up to the tour, and people won't stay there after a certain time because of the gods and goddesses that appear. So, and the fairies.
I'm very grateful for. No, Ian says, I'm very grateful too for your knowledge of all these gods. Thanks.
I'm one of these people that over the years, I've always had my head in a book, always wanted to experience the abnormal, always wanted to know more about what other people disregarded. And right from an early age, I was different. I was weird. And I was classed as the weirdo at school. But we're all different. We're all born different. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm pleased I carried on doing my thing because I'm at a place now where I can honestly say I've had experiences that other people haven't. And I know that there is something more than what other people do. I feel really sad for people that can't open up to these energies. And animals will bring in these energies as well. Any animal will know of the gods and goddesses and the spirits and the ancestors. They see them daily. You know, watch your dog or your cat, see how they act indoors. You know, just recently, Pharaoh, my greyhound, has been sitting bolt upright and looking in the kitchen as if he's seeing something. And we're going, who is it? And he's literally rigid, like he knows something's there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But then the others used to do that as well.
Oh.
You know, so they see spirit, they see things that normal humans don't.
Yeah, do you see it?
Well, I do because I was born with mediumistic abilities.
Mm.
And so was your mum.
Yeah.
And she did used to see them.
Mm.
And it frightened her. And it does frighten people.
It is quite scary.
If they don't understand what it is they're seeing, obviously.
It is quite scary.
But going in the woods is another thing at night.
I don't think I would.
No, but the energies can be either friendly or not friendly.
You just have to.
Depending on the phase of the moon. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and can it pick up on your moods?
You have to be balanced
Yeah.
to be working out there.
Yeah, if you're scared, then.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it if you're scared. But, you know, we would go into the woods and we would find a very, very dense area. We would then make sure there's no trees that could catch light, obviously, and we would make a lovely bonfire. We would then place things at the corners for the cardinal.
I remember
corners.
we went for a night walk in one of the woods.
Yeah.
And it was a few years ago. There was like this new horror game that came out. Michael, he said, Slender Man's in that tree.
Oh.
And I got so scared.
No.
I don't know why I fell for it.
The thing is, with the woods, you get lots of creatures, and so some of the noises that you hear are not spirit.
Yeah.
They are actually animals. You might get bats flying over and things like that.
I don't think the woods would appreciate me because I threw up and I pooed in the woods when I was younger. I got like so anxious in the woods at night once I threw up.
You would feel differently if you did ritual in the woods.
Yeah.
You'd love it. The
Yeah.
energies are beautiful. If you get the right night
Yeah.
and it's late enough, that's the other thing.
It has to
We
be a certain
always
time.
did ritual in the woods around midnight to 3 a.m. because the energies seem to be just right at that time.
Yeah.
And you will find if you do rituals, even indoors at that time, it's whether or not it's because everyone's, well, not everyone, but most people are asleep at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are people that work nights, but it seems to be calm. But you also get a lot of psychic phenomena also. And so when we did ritual, we would get things happen in the circle. And it was lovely. It was a real good experience. Anyone gets a chance to do that, do it. And then after ritual, we would then sit down by the bonfire and we would have food and wine. We'd lay out a big blanket and everyone would sit down and we would sit and feast.
Did you have cheese?
We had everything. We had, like, we would cook jacket potatoes around the fire.
I'd steal your cheese.
And we would have, like, even marshmallows on sticks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We would have so much food, but obviously we had to take everything with us. So we had all the ritual tools and the blankets, and we had to go earlier in the day to get all the wood from, so that we had enough to make a bonfire. We had to take enough water and flowers. I mean, he insisted, even though we was in the woods, we had to take loads of flowers.
How do you check if the trees weren't set right? You said
well, you make sure that it's a clearing where the bonfire's not going to go up and,
yeah.
you know, we never had a fire. And we used to bring lots of water. And if there was any food, we used to leave the food for the animals.
Oh, that's nice.
And we always cleared up after ourselves.
Yeah.
But we would never get back from the circle because then we had to take it back to the coven instead and put everything away. I used to get home about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Then sleep.
But I used to come home smelling of incense.
What did Grandma think?
We'd be asleep. And I'd get into bed and I'd feel so happy.
Oh.
Ritual really makes you feel happy. So we got anything else going on? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ian. I love the woods at night. The only time I wasn't keen on it, we was in woods, Scadbury Park. You'd know that one. And we were coming back. We used to climb down, and we had a little place down there that we liked. And we was there when it was a new moon, so there was hardly any light. And it just felt really, really nasty vibes. I couldn't wait to get out. It wasn't a nice feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't know to this day why it was like that there.
I get that.
We'd go other times and it would be fine, but always on a new moon, there it seemed to be a different energy. And sometimes the energies would be more male and other times they'd be female. So really strange.
Yeah, I always get really panicky in the woods at night.
There's nothing really to be scared of. You just got to make sure that you're not going to fall over and hurt yourself.
I don't know. I always get so scared of being in the woods at night.
So I was going to talk about grounding because I know a lot of you probably do so, but protection and grounding is a real good thing to do. And there's an exercise which I don't always use because I sometimes use the chakras and everything. But we used to do a thing called the Golden Cross. Now, it wasn't a cross as in like Christian cross. It's a equal armed cross. And we used to physically go within. So you think about the real inside of you and imagine or visualize a small little spot of light just sort of above the solar plexus, around that area. And you just go deeply within and visualize this little spark, this little golden dot. And then you physically make it grow. And as it grows, you grow it into this equal armed cross. And it is bright. And with each breath that you take, that cross grows. But it doesn't just stay like that, guys. It turns into a 3D image. So when you see it, it looks like it's got a back to it. And if you look on the side, it looks like it's sort of jutting down. And it becomes really strong. And you see it grow until it literally comes outside of your body. when you're doing that, you can then visualize yourself walking around it and seeing every contour. When you do that, you are totally grounded. It is you. It is you complete. And you just do that. We were taught to do that. And then if you was in a situation where you felt alone or scared or you needed help, you just visualize this gold cross till it come up. Nothing could get to you. Nothing could hurt you. You're grounded. You're protected until you put it down again. And we learned that you could just do it like that, and then you could put it down again. And so we used to rely on that every time we got fearful, every time we was upset. You just open up your cross and then put it down again. And it's a really good way to protect and ground. And they are the two main things that you really need to be able to do. What are you doing? You looking at my statue.
Yeah.
My Freya statue.
Did you make this in 2020?
Yeah, in 2020.
That feels like
I'm thinking of doing some more
you're good at it.
more statues. But I'd
She
like to
actually
set
makes
up a
these.
store really to sell them.
She actually makes these herself.
I do like making statues.
Oh, I didn't mean to kiss you, sorry.
But I'm also thinking if I do statue, I might put stuff inside the statue as well.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I just think there's room to make them more like ritualed. So when people get them, they've already got a base.
Would you guys like a shop? Yes or no? Didn't you try sell them before?
I wouldn't mind doing a shop, to be honest, but I don't know how well these things would go down.
Okay.
I did try to sell at one stage on eBay, but nobody seemed interested in them.
I think eBay's going to do very well.
Etsy seems to be the only one that does a lot of metaphysical stuff.
And I don't know how you actually make a shop website.
I know how to do it, but it's just doing it, really.
Yeah. So I'd make one for you.
I'd like to do all the different statues of all the different gods and goddesses in the Norse tradition. I'd also like to do different, because I do, in fact, I've got one. I'll show you guys. I'll show you. I do pots as well.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. I do little pots as well. So, yeah. Oh,
sorry. Oh,
it's your leg. Sorry. I'm right on the edge, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a pot that I've made out of polymer clay. I do like polymer clay. And the lid comes off. See? I've got something in there. But, yeah. I mean, there's so many things you can make.
Lavender hazelwood, which that's very pretty.
Thank you. Thank you, Aurora. I don't know, you know, I would like to set up a shop. It's just doing it. It's just getting down to doing it, and I might well do that.
Ian said nice.
Thank you, Ian. As I say, I know that, you know, you can go to shops and buy things, but they're very expensive, and I'd like to be able to make it attainable for people. But then I've also got to make it worth my while, my time, but also be able to afford to buy all the stuff that I need.
Yeah.
You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
So what you guys been up to? Anybody been up to anything? I mean, I know Aurora's always busy on her channel. A lovely channel as well, guys. If you haven't, go over to Aurora on her channel, which is Lavender Hazelwood Witches. Really good channel. What's that?
That's beautiful. Bloody work.
Bloody work. What's that mean?
Bloody work. I've been designing journals, smiley face. Thank you, Tuva.
It's all right. You're welcome, Aurora. Designing journals. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, a lot of people. Are you enjoying that?
Yeah. That's always I enjoyed the gun. Drum.
I've got you into drums now.
Yes, you have.
Journals are lovely. I love journals. And when we was in the coven, I used to have to write a journal up every day. And it gets you into a good way of keeping up with everything. Mrs. So yeah, journals are really good. So you're making them, I presume. I'll have to. I haven't been around much, obviously not being able to see. So I'm gonna have to come over to your channel, Aurora, and have a look and see what you've been up to.
Mary's World says, I have seen a paranormal investigator 2 months ago.
I have seen it. Investigate. Oh, lovely. That's interesting. Something that I used to do years ago, which I wouldn't mind getting back into.
Real?
What?
Like
Paranormal, yeah.
No, like paranormal
Investigators, yeah.
Oh.
I used to do it years ago.
Didn't know that.
Another thing that I was into before I got into the craft, I used to be at the spiritualist church. I have the strangest knocking in my closet and we can't find where the noise is coming from.
Oh, that's creepy. I don't like mysteries.
Okay, so you have a door of your cupboard.
Cleanse the room.
And you have a knocking.
Cleanse the room.
Hang on. It could be somebody you know in spirit trying to get your attention, or it could be something in that cupboard. Now, where did you get your cupboard from? Have you had it a long time? And if you have, then it's got to be something. Look for the mundane first, obviously. Make sure it's not a mouse or a creature that's got in. You know, sometimes even woodworm can make knocking noises.
When I was a kid, I had a book on ghost hunting. I was terrified, but also loved it.
Yeah, I think it's the unknown when you're doing paranormal stuff.
I don't know, I'd be too scared.
But it's also very exciting. And I mean, obviously, when I used to do it, we used to go and help people that were having problems. So it wasn't so much going in empty places with a torch and new equipment and doing that. It wasn't like what you see on YouTube. But we used to go and help people and suss out what was wrong in the place and try and move the spirit people on.
Did it work?
Sometimes it worked. Other times they wouldn't budge. But mostly they were just people that didn't even know that they passed over and were stuck. And all they needed was to be shown how to leave, and they did. Other times they weren't ghosts, they were impressions from another age. So imagine something that happens. Say, for example, this house suddenly caught fire and we got killed. That is an imprint on time. So later on, even though there's no building, people come and say there's ghosts. No, it's an imprint. It's like what happened is so tragic that it's time stamped. So it reenacts over and over and over like a time loop. And so they're not actual ghosts, but the real spirits that have got stuck, they're the ones that need the help to move over.
Yeah.
So I find that very interesting.
Mary's World. My closets are built in my bedroom.
Already there, built in.
Beth said, "Is the cross a symbol of the scared earth, please?"
The sacred earth.
Oh.
The for the equal for oh God, got me tongue all tied now. The equal armed cross is basically the sacred. Yes, you're correct. It's the quarters, the sacred quarters of the earth, and that brings in so much stuff. So it can bring in the seasons of the year. It can bring in, you know, earth, air, fire, and water. It can bring in, you know, knowledge and to all sorts of stuff. But it is sacred, and it is the inner of the circle. So you have the circle within the square and the square within the circle, and it is sacred geometry. So yes, and that is why it's good for us when we open it up, because we are the same within. We have earth, air, fire, and water within us. So we have air that we breathe. We have blood, which is water. We have stability and bone and flesh, which is earth. And I've said breath, haven't I? And fire, which is life itself. And so when we open that up, we are protecting everything. Sacred geometry is one of the most powerful things that we use within the circle. The circle is never ending, but the square is within it. You've got male and female, the circle and the square. It all comes together to the one, that one circle part right in the middle, which is within us. We are the sacred. We are life. We are, we produce.
Yeah.
We are life.
I used to think that, you know how people say we're made of water?
Mm.
I used to think that if we didn't drink enough water, then it would run out and we'd die.
People can get sort of,
Yeah.
Lose water, and they don't survive if they lose too much.
Yeah, and I used to
So you have
see it
to
as
make
a
sure that
percentage
you're
in my
well lubricated. But we
Yeah.
have other things. We have like mucus in our bodies and all sorts of stuff. You've got blood, you've got all sorts. And without that fluid, we wouldn't be able to survive. Just like we wouldn't be able to survive without breathing in the air. We couldn't move around without a body.
Yeah.
And the fire is like the life force.
Yeah. There's not really any more comments coming in.
No. Okay.
So
So the closet was built in your bedroom, Mary. Okay. Have you thought about putting, and something that I used to do if I was unsure of what was going on? Does it sound like the knocking's coming from inside the closet or on the outside knocking? Because they are two different things. If it's like inside the closet, I would put a bit of talcum powder inside on the actual floor of it and close it and see what's there when you open it up the next day. You might find prints of some sort. And the same goes if it's the other way, putting a little bit of talcum powder on the floor outside of the door. You can tell then what's going on.
Yeah,
if it's a spirit, you might have marks in it. If it's not, and it's something to do with the wood, then there won't be anything. But it's worth a try. And sometimes, you can put a tape recorder. We used to do that a lot. Before it became fashionable, we used to leave the old tape recorders on for a couple of hours to see if we picked up any noises. And sometimes you would pick up voices and all sorts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I find the paranormal so interesting.
Mary says, within the walls, and it's the same
Rhythmic beat every time. Okay, I get the feeling that it's something trying to get your attention for some reason. And I'm also picking up a photo in a frame, but it's like an oval frame. And I feel it's old and it's of a person. And I don't know why they're showing me that, but sometimes if I get something, I get shown that. And I also feel that this person may have had a thing about clothes. And if that's the case, it could be this person is trying to get your attention. I feel it's female. I feel that...
We tried that visual thing on me, didn't we?
What, darling?
You know when we tried that visual thing on me, when you put like a picture on the head or something?
Oh, yeah. But what I'm picking up is like this picture in a frame. And it feels like it's near a bed. Sometimes spirit gives me things, guys, and in the past I've refrained from saying what I'm being given, and that used to be my downfall because I wouldn't say what I was being given in case I was wrong. But now if I get something, I just give it, and if people can't take it, then fair dues.
She says, my mum has an oval frame on my altar. My mum made dress.
Made dress Okay. Well, maybe that's where it's coming from then. There might be something going on with you that they're concerned about. I feel that could be something that's going on within you.
She said, can't really know what that
What's
says.
that?
Freeze, fresses, freeze.
Creases.
Oh,
Dresses. Well, there you go then. Is there something going on with you at the moment that she might be concerned about? Good
Derek
afternoon.
Dawson
Mm.
from.
Oh, lovely. Long Island.
Oh, I read
Hi,
that.
Derek. Lovely that you've come.
I
Welcome.
read that as
We've just been having a chat about different things, about different gods and goddesses, but also about the paranormal. So if you've got anything you'd like to chat about, please just type it in.
I read it as a New York City.
Cool. Yeah, lovely. I'd love to visit America, I really would, but it's not something that's feasible for me financially at the moment.
It's expensive, I think.
But you've been, you love it, didn't you? You liked it
I
there.
really want to see the Eiffel Tower.
That's in France, darling.
I mean, the one in New York City.
What do you mean in New York City?
Like, you know when it's snowing and they're all like,
They haven't got an Eiffel Tower in New York.
oh, they have something in New York that I like. It's really cool. Don't know what it is, but
Are you talking about the Empire State Building?
maybe,
The tall Empire State Building?
probably
Okay.
something in there.
All right.
Just I like when it snows there. It's really cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going over to New York just to see it in the snow.
It's so pretty in the snow.
Because we're weird. This country's weird. Sometimes we get snow and sometimes we
And
don't.
when we do, it stops. Really,
Yeah, we don't get a lot in London, do we?
Yeah.
Unless it's abnormal.
It's raining.
It's raining. Oh, yeah.
It feels quite hot for us.
Oh, is it raining out there?
It feels quite hot
All day
for us.
long. Oh, welcome to England. It's the same here.
Yeah.
We've not had bad weather, actually, though, for the last week
hate
or
it.
so. It's still very muggy.
I don't like how it's got hot again.
No. But, we're lucky. We could have worse weather. So,
I love the cold.
so guys, have anybody else got any paranormal stories or anything that's happening to them that they might like help with?
Mary said, "Is it foggy there?"
No. Oh, what, you're talking to Derek, Mary?
I mean, it depends what time in the morning.
Yeah, it
Sometimes
does.
it's foggy in the morning. Like, depends.
Yeah. But yeah, so getting back to Mary, I think you need to maybe, when you hear the knocking, say to your mum, is there something I need to know? Is there something I need to know? And you might get a dream or something where it comes through, or you might suddenly find out what it is.
Yeah.
Because they don't do these things to scare us. They just want to make themselves known.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a bad storm.
Oh, is it?
It's here too. Sorry, London fog.
Oh, right. Oh, London fog. No, we've not had any fog. I remember when I was a child, we used to get what we called the old pea supers, which were horrible. But a lot of people had coal fires back then, and it just went into the atmosphere. And we used to get these thick fogs. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. It used to seep in under the windows because we had the old sash windows.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad used to put cloth along to stop it coming in.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go out in it because you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. It used to be a horrible colour, yellow.
Oh.
You used to have to put something over your face if you had to go out. And yeah.
Yeah.
But that all sort of stopped after the coal fires stopped.
Oh.
And that's why we went sort of coal free. Coal did a lot of damage, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we do get fogs, but nothing like that. We get mists more than anything.
Yeah, when I was younger, it used to be very foggy, but as I've got older, I haven't seen them that much.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them much fog as I've got
I think the weather has changed though in the last 10 years or so.
Climate change, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Because I used to see quite a lot of fog, but now I don't see a lot of it. Okay, I'll do that. Maybe I need to apologise for leaving the church. She asked for...
She asked to stay when she was on her deathbed. Yeah, could be something like that, but I don't think spirit hold grudges. So maybe she's just trying to let you know that it's okay how you feel, what you're doing. Maybe she just wants you to feel at peace and not worry. I do feel it's a nice energy and not a scary energy. I do feel that it's almost like she wants to tuck you up in bed. I'm not saying that she was like that in life, but I feel that's the sort of energy. It's almost like a protected type energy.
Derek says, well, sometimes I can be sleeping, then feel someone in bed with me and no one's there.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you can accept that, Mary. You know, sometimes spirit gives me lots to give people, and I just give what I'm given, really. Okay, so Derek. Yeah, I have that myself. Sometimes there was one day when I was laying in bed and I had my eyes shut.
Yeah, you thought that it
and
was
I
me,
heard the
didn't you?
door open and I heard walking and I felt someone sit on the other side of the bed.
You thought it was me, didn't you?
And I thought it was my granddaughter, and I didn't really want to open my eyes because I knew if she thought I was awake, I would have to get up, and I was tired, so I kept my eyes shut, and I just knew someone, you know, when you know somebody's there.
And you just don't have to.
And I just thought it was you, so I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I felt them sit up and get off the bed, and I heard the footsteps in the door. Yeah, nobody had been there.
And then you asked me next, oh, was you in my bed?
Yeah.
Did you come in last night?
No. I know.
No.
You know, spirit don't do these things to scare us, but sometimes they just want to show that they are around us.
Oh, it says, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try and reconnect you. Oh, it's connected again.
Okay.
A few days ago, I felt her get in bed with me, but I never connected her to
the knocking. I do think it is her. She is desperate to get this feeling to you that maybe she's trying to say sorry about some of the stuff that she has said. Maybe she's trying to let you know that you can be who you want to be, that she's not going to push anything onto you, that she did love you, and this feeling that she just wants to protect you. Maybe it's something you're going through at the moment and she just wants you to know you're not on your own. You're not on your own with it. That's the feeling that I'm picking up.
It is a symbol of balance and completeness. The
microcosm and the macrocosm as one.
I'm trying to
read the comments. Wholeness. Yep, you're right, Beth. That is correct.
I can't read all these words.
Yeah, that's all right, darling. As I say, you know, all these beautiful subjects in witchcraft and paranormal. It's exciting, guys. It's something that we can all learn from and not be fearful, because at the end of the day, it's called supernatural, but that doesn't mean it's super unnatural. It's natural.
She said, thank you, Tuva. I have chills right now.
Oh, bless you. I feel she's with you. I really feel she's with you right now. Feel that she's just so much wanting your acceptance of her. So, guys, you know, at the end of the day, it's your truth, your life, your journey. And the more you let in, the more exciting your journey will be. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I go a little bit scatty with it all, don't I? I just get really excited with it all. It's never, ever bored me. I've never been bored with any of it, because I find there's something new that you can do every day. And it is Freya's day today as well.
Oh, happy birthday, I guess.
It's not birthday, it's just her day.
I'm calling it Freya's birthday.
I don't know if any of you guys have found any feathers today. I always find feathers on her day.
I've found feathers from her before.
And you know what? I used to put them in a bag and think nothing of it. And then the other day I got this in my head came, so why have you not made a headdress out of it? I went to the bother of getting other ones to make the headdress and not thinking about that because I felt they were sacred because Freya would let me have them. And I should have made a headdress out of them.
Oh.
So that's what I'm going to do now. When I find her feathers, I'm going to make a new headdress.
Oh, that's cool.
So what are you all up to, guys? Anyone doing anything really different to what they normally do? I found a teeny white feather on the floor yesterday. Oh, I love the little white ones. They really are. That's another sign, you know, that's a sign of angelics. I really feel your mother is trying to get something, a loving message across to you.
We've got 7 people and 7 likes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, guys. I love feathers. There's just something about feathers.
They're really pretty.
It's not just that. It's a very spiritual meaning.
Yeah. The vibe they have is nice.
Definitely. And the colours mean things.
Not much.
As well.
Can't wait for Halloween.
All right.
I don't really
Are you all doing? What are you all doing for Samhain or Halloween?
I don't really celebrate Halloween.
Well, you know I do. It's my new year.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I say it's my new year.
Yeah.
Even the Nordic believers will celebrate sort of around that time.
I think it's because I've never really done anything for it.
That's right. Then Bubble Extra came while washing dishes. Oh, bless you.
What's it called?
You know, spirit will use anything to get, or even deities will use anything. When I first met Freya, I didn't realise that it was a deity trying to get my attention. And then when I did, I thought, oh, I'm just going to put any old candle on there and I'm going to give an offering. And as I was doing it, I was kneeling by the altar, thank goodness, because I'd lit these candles. And they just dropped into my lap. Luckily, they went out. And there was no windows open, nothing. And they had been like, you know, when you do with the light, yeah, to seal it into the thing.
Oh my God.
And they'd come out, and the actual things that were holding them were actually still on the thing. It was like somebody had pulled them out and slung them in my lap. And I read up later that if she weren't happy about what I'd got on the altar, that she would make it known. And she made it known. And I thought wow. So I found some gold candles, and that's why whenever I work with Freya, I always use gold candles instead of like yellow ones or red or anything. I always use gold.
Do you think she made sure that it didn't burn you?
Oh yeah, definitely. They'd gone out, so it didn't. The only thing, it left some nice wax stains on my clothes, but nice. You know what will be. And there were other things, you know, always about fire though, because I like fire. But some of the things that happened, I nearly caught my bed on light. Well, this incense thing just sort of flicked over and went on there. But it was after I asked the stupid question. And I'm sure sometimes they get exasperated with us humans.
How dare you ask that?
Yeah, and I don't think they mean us harm, but they just want to get that energy across. And so once I started doing the things the way she liked, then it was fine. But she made her presence known.
Yeah.
Definitely. You cannot find a mundane reason for these things when they happen.
Oh no. That's already been.
Right, guys. What's the time?
My phone's dead.
Oh, hang on. Just check the timer. Oh, it's 7.
Almost 8.
Oh, nearly 8. So, have you guys got any questions that you'd like answered? Or anything you'd like to say before we call it a day? I'm really glad to be back anyway, guys. I really am. And I will be doing a video next Tuesday. And all being well, obviously, I'm hoping to get my result next week. And once I get that result, I know what's going to be happening. So it was fun chat. I'm glad you came. Thank you for coming. Oh, thank you, Mary.
a good live chat.
Oh, thanks, Ian. I think sometimes it's just nice to have a chat, isn't it? And as I said earlier, please go and check out Lavender Hazelwood Witches. It is a brilliant channel. She is really lovely. Her name's Aurora, and she is well worth a look, guys. I love her channel. I love the way she just makes beautiful videos, and you'll get so much from it. And she's also into animals. Good, thanks, Ian, because she really is worth a look. And she works with animals as well, and a lot of her stuff is on animals and nature, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. So, guys, if no one's got any more questions, we shall leave it there. I'm going to go and get something to eat. I've not eaten yet, so I'm going to go and stuff my face now.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will do a live next week, all being well. As I was saying, the only problem I foresee is if I might be in hospital. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed I'm not. If I'm not, then everything's fine. Yeah, thanks and blessings to you too. And good night to you all. Really enjoyed the chat. It's great to catch up. And I'll see you all next week. So, blessings. House of Alang and Freya's blessings on this her day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Right.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to make a